Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NeverOpenPod, the podcast open to everyone, especially Doki. My name is Luke. I am your host of the NeverOpenPod, and with me, as always, is Mr. Andy. Say hello, Mr. Andy.
Hello, Mr. Andy. Hello, Luke, and hello to our listeners and everyone who watched Wrestle Kingdom. It was a very emotional show. We'll get into all that, of course, but man, Luke, I have been up for just a few hours because I went to bed like 12 hours ago. How are you feeling? What was your viewing experience like for Wrestle Kingdom?
It was pretty good. We had plans, Charity and I, to watch this in the garage. Bit of a bigger space, put a big TV in there, just nice. But it's been a bit of a heat wave here, upwards of 35 to 40 degree heat days. In American, I guess that's like over 100 Fahrenheit each day. So that put the kibosh on that because tin roofs and shit. Goto would have liked it. Fucking sauna man. But no, so we watched this in the living room like normal people. But Charity watched pretty much almost all of it, and I will say there's a moment in this show that threatened to just destroy my interest in the rest of it. We'll get to it, but having Charity there and her being really engaged in the next match because she's a fucking Yoda Suji guy, really helped me because kind of like I wasn't 100%, but I was like in the upper 80s, early 90s back in, and that's good. So hey, I had a really good viewing experience, and it was a late show. It wasn't. Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom. I loved it. What about you, man? How'd you go, Mister?
Well,
up at like the crack of.
I got up at 2:30 a.m. thinking, oh, the show starts at 3, and you're like, hey, the Rambo's on, and I'm like, what the fuck? I can never get it right. It seems like so. The Rambo had just started, or was halfway over by the time I joined. But like, I didn't really talk to you about this yet because I don't want to harp on it. But I did have a lot of problems with the stream just staying up. Now, luckily, it mostly happened in between matches. It was like, oh, that's convenient. It would just kind of blip a little bit in between matches, but it did happen in the middle of one or two matches. And it was kind of a pain in the ass a little bit. It was a little frustrating, but at the same time, like I figured out exactly what to do to get to work again. And I just had to do that like probably 10 or 12 times during the show, which is a lot. And normally that doesn't happen, So, but yeah, I just watched it by myself in my dark apartment because it was fucking 3 a.m. with headphones on, so I didn't make everyone that lives in my building angry. So I have to secretly watch wrestling, in a dark room.
So you have to mark out like this.
Do you
have a standby pillow? Like if something fucking gnarly happens, like a standby pillow, just so you can bury your face in it and go.
No, I don't have any pillows.
You will now.
I just sleep right on the ground. Don't have carpet either, so it's rough over here, man. Have you heard? But but yeah, so I do have to be a little subdued, but not too much, And there was a few things that happened that kind of made me, react, obviously, and I had to be like, oh fuck, But at the same time, I could yell and not be it would be a big deal. But I just try to be a nice neighbor because I don't want to get kicked out.
I actually didn't have any streaming problems. I've had some of those problems you've had, and I've just gotten so used to just hitting a quick refresh and then boom, I'm kind of back in. It's fine. If it gets bad, then I'll make a comment about it in the chat. So it's been a while, I think, since I've done that. So I was kind of surprised that at no point did I have to hit the refresh button and shit. And I was even sneaky a couple of times. Charity's like, you missed a cool move. Thank you. Hit the 10 second rewind. Boom. One of them, admittedly, was this awesome wheelbarrow German suplex. So, thank you, Charity. So, sometimes you're writing notes and then like cool shit happens. So I'm like, if only she would watch every show with me.
Well, one thing I do want to mention that was different about this year is that I really wasn't on social media at all. Like at one point during the show, I went and I searched through the New Japan official tweets because I wanted to see what happened at the backstage comments, and I learned a lot of stuff but that's all I had to do. And I didn't really engage with anybody or tweet anything because I'm just like, and I don't have enough followers on Blue Sky to make it worth it. But me and you chatted. We had our buddy Ian for a little bit chatting with us as well. And I had a really fun experience watching the show. And I think it was very good. I think it's a weird show though, and we'll get into it and why it's weird and why it's awesome and why it's not awesome and, and stuff like that. It's kind of like one of those things where, there's a big thing about the show that kind of fucks up a lot of it for me. But we'll talk about all that. So what did you think of the set? Did you notice anything different at all?
It was fucking awesome. It's like this huge ass Titantron with like, dude, I think the best part of seeing that huge Titantron for us, or for at least for me, but you brought it up in the chat, was just like, look at all those never open close-ups of our beautiful title.
Yeah. That was cool.
That was fucking awesome. By the way, oh shit, there's ways people can contact and interact with us, I guess, if they wish to. We're on the Blue Sky. I'm at Grumpy2EB. I don't know how the rest of that works. Mr. Andy is at Druce for tweets. If you want to send us a written or voicemail, you can do that too. NeverOpenPod at gmail.com. Also, see this sweet t-shirt right here. That's right, we got a Teespring store. You can get merch that'll make you look never as fuck. Also, when Andy's talking, you'll see a Never Open logo right there in the background as well, next to the dude, which is pretty cool. And we're on the YouTubes. That's how you can see us as well as hear us. So you could do one or the other or both. That's sync us up with Spotify or something. I don't know. That's a third way. However you want to do it.
There's like a heart you hit or something.
That's right. Never Open Podcast on the YouTubes. I'm so excited just to get straight into Wrestle Kingdom. Then I was just like, wait a minute. We've got to do the things. The things are done.
We are the Never Open Podcast, as if you're your first time listening to us, which it probably isn't. But, if it is, we just we talk about New Japan. We're pretty laid back, and we don't really care what anybody else is doing. We just do our thing. That's the ethos of our shows.
Yeah, pretty much. All right.
Yeah, so I thought the set looked pretty cool, too. It was like they had the lighted ramp that was kind of neat. It wasn't a screen. It was just these wild lights that went up and down the ramp that made it look like a disco, which was kind of neat. Although, we didn't get any legends making an appearance to disco music this year, unfortunately. But,
no. But the good thing about it was, like, if you're going to have a stage that long, it's best to put all your slow walkers in the Rambo. That way I won't hold the main show.
Man, Yujiro's half-hearted, like, walk jog was hilarious.
Yujiro's walk and his face, it reminded me of that time where Mo Sislak's up for like auction at a dating auction, and they just as he's walking towards the thing, they're describing all his interests, and it makes him look like a total sleazeball. So he just walks straight past the part where you get bidded on and walks straight into the into the rejects area.
They love that joke on The Simpsons. Hey, here I am. Oh, I'm leaving. They love that joke.
I'm only here just to find out how to get away from here. Yeah, There's heaps of jokes like that. But yes, Honma was there walking slow. The slowest walker that made, and it's not Walker Texas Short, but the slowest walker for me that really fucking riled my goat, and he could have been running and it still would have felt like slow motion. Was Makabe, but
because he's so big, he's like King Kong. No matter what he does, it looks like it's slow. That's why he looks slow.
All right, let's get into this Rambo then. It's Wrestle Kingdom 19. We're at the Tokyo Dome. No reviews, no diaries. It's all Wrestle Kingdom. That's all we're doing, and we have 17 entrants in this now. I have one little tiny niggle. Oh, I guess, and one big niggle. But the tiny one is, all right, so this whole Rambo, there's 3 ways to get eliminated, by the way, over the top rope, pins, and submissions. Probably DQs and shit, too.
Somebody gets DQ'd in this match.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But my little niggle is, all right, the winner of this match gets a title shot. Okay, cool. But all right, 90% of the people you'd want to see get a title shot they're already on the card.
Right. They're busy.
Yeah, they're already busy. So this is gonna, yeah, that is what it is. But anyway, how do we start off with? We've got the Great Khan, and hey, we've got Josh Barnett, we've got Bolton Oleg, Hiroki Goto, Yuji Nagata. Apparently, Nagata and Barnett had a match in 2003 or something. Okay. Yeah, Oleg and Barnett eliminate each other. We got Makabe. Fucking Makabe. Kenta, who fucking power walks in and kicks out Yuji Nagata.
So funny.
We got Yoshihashi, Yujiro with his fucking pimp walk and sad face because he knows that people are stealing his gimmick tonight multiple times, jorts and hose.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's it. There we go. We got Hiroshi Tenzan. Hey, Mr. Bread's here. Tenzan's pinned by. Oh no! Oh my god. There's Honma. We got Sonata. We got Taichi, which has a lot of fun. Sonata eliminates Kojima to many boos. Boo! And there's Ishii, and Ishii gives us Ishii and Honma give us the Never nostalgia field, and that was probably my favorite moment in this whole Rambo. Just excuse me, just seeing Ishii and Honma go at it. It was just great. I just brain buster on Honma though. You know, that's right. Taco Man is last. I don't know. I would have put someone cool last, but that's okay. And Sonata, he gets Taichi DQ'd by making it look like he got kicked in the nuts when he didn't. So, sneaky. Yeah. It might not work in a normal match, but because it's a silly Rambo,
Kenta Sato was the ref, and he's like, he DQs him. And Taichi's like, are you fucking serious? He's like, cool, and I'm going to get my money's worth. And he fucking throws Sonata out of the ring. That's great.
So we get to the last two, and I'm excited. And I'm like, oh, fucking come on, man. Goto Khan, give me another title shot. Come on, man. He's fucking great. And Goto wins. And I'm just like, fucking what?
The youth movement is over. Goto put a
at least I could fantasize that Goto Khan might have a chance against like Zack Sabre Jr., you know, but Goto, I'm like, get in, loser. We're going losing. It's kind of what
Yeah, people are fired up, man. The crowd loved it. They were like, oh, fucking Goto, you kidding me? He's going to definitely win this time for sure. He's not.
No.
He's not going to win. You know?
I did describe that situation before we started recording as the saddest carrot on the saddest stick you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's like a carrot that's not even fully grown. It's all got dirt stuck all over it, and you know, and they want you to go for that, and people are like, "Oh, I love disgusting carrot. It's awesome." You know, like, okay,
put that in my soup. I'm gonna stew that.
So Kenta was in this match, and Kenta got big news. So he was at the New Year's Eve celebration Noah show, and he wrestled Keno. And I don't know who won, but apparently he earned Keno's respect or something, and now they're like buddies. And Keno offered, for Kenta to be in Noah for 2025. And so I was surprised to see him in the Rambo, honestly, because I thought he was a Noah guy now, but I guess he's going to be bouncing back and forth like usual. Maybe we'll see. Maybe he just wanted to get that Wrestle Kingdom payday, which I get, but I'm happy. That's good for Noah. You know, they need some fresh blood, to get in there. And I know it's not fresh blood. It's like the same old blood, but it's somebody, that you can get excited about. So.
I think it's good for Kenta because New Japan haven't been doing much with him for a while. Maybe that's by choice. Maybe Kenta's just like, because I think he lives in America now anyway, doesn't he? So he's happy bouncing around doing some stuff there and stuff. Yeah. I don't know, man. I wish he was around more. I feel like the only time I ever see him is tag teaming with Chase Owens.
Yeah, who was not on the show at all, which was fucking.
Remember when he was tagging with Jay White? Man, those were good times. Those two just I laughed every time.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah. Oh well, he could be he could hold every title there though too because he is over 40.
It's true. Yeah, then maybe that's why he's coming back. He's like, finally, I can win the heavyweight championship. I think he's won it a bunch of times, but still, now he can really win it. But so that was the like pre-show, right? And basically we just had a few minutes, really like 15 minutes between this and the regular show. But we did have Walker, Texas Stewart, and Chris Charlton on the call, and I thought they did a fairly good job for the most part. That's all I got to say about that. But we had a starting video package, and I was shocked at how much this was all about the Ace. It was like, yes, there's other matches that are happening, but go Ace.
Have you ever heard of Hiroshi Tanahashi?
It's like, damn, bro. It was him getting on a fucking helicopter. In his suit. like you're not a jet setter. Come on now, that's another team. But that was a lot of fun, and you could tell that they're like really trying to mess with people like you and me who think, oh well, since he's a big part of the video package, and of course he's not going to win, right? So it's like they're messing with us. It's just, I think it's a lot of fun. But it did make me think, let's go evil. Let's fucking go. We need a new president. That's what I'm saying. So,
but, you do.
Well, we're about to get one. Oh fuck! But Luke, the opening match of Wrestle Kingdom 19 is United Empire versus TMDK. Versus Jet Setters versus War Dog Juniors in a 4-way, like, what's it called? It's called like a Tokyo like death ladder of the third power match or some shit. I can't remember what they call it.
You can't call it tables, ladders, chairs because that's got trademarks on it. Ooh.
Yeah, don't get mad.
So everyone knows what it is. It's just like ladder match, just do what you want. Yeah, it's fine.
So the entrances were awesome. Everybody had awesome entrances pretty much. Like TMDK's was kind of lame. But so War Dog Juniors come out first, and they have silver fur coats on with lots of ladies. They have all these ladies with them in like one piece, like silver bathing suits. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be asshole, but it's like they're showing these ladies from the front, and the camera guy's like rushing, because that's not the shot he wants. He's like running behind them because he wants that shot.
He wants to get a shot at that ass.
Yeah, and it was a funny reveal.
He's the Peter cameraman.
It's pretty funny. So.
He pines for muffin ass all the time, doesn't he?
I love that. That was a lot of fun. And so these guys have ladies with them, and United Empire come out. And they have these dumb masks on that have lights on them and stuff. And JAY is with them. I'm sorry?
Weren't they like Squid Game?
Oh, is that what it was supposed to be?
I think so.
Like okay, I never saw that in Squid Game, but those particular masks. But it was some kind of dumb shit. And JAY was with them, behind them, waving the flag. Like, that matters. It's like, he's standing there going, and I'm like, who fucking cares?
Now that you mention it, he was there. But that dude's like fucking camouflage, Brian Austin Green. Like, I just
my eyes
just fly off him. Even when he's wrestling, I'm just like, is the Invisible Man in this match? What's going on?
But him being there was just funny to me, because the other thing is that United Empire, Akira and TJP, they have these long jorts on. And it just looks terrible. I don't know why. We know who came up with that. But anyway, so somebody needs to just start saying, no. But
TJP's like 40 and a veteran, like, and Akira's like in his early 20s and stuff. He's like, okay. And at some point,
no casket, no spitting, no tables, no all that stuff. Some people just need to say no, but they don't. So Jet Setters come out, and they have purple on, which is Taichi's color. So very nice, respectful. Kind of like tribute to the Emperor, which is kind of, I appreciate that. So the match begins, and War Dogs take everybody out with big weapon shots. They try to climb this giant ladder, both at the same time. Like, we're going to go get the titles ourselves. This was easy. But Kushida hits the running, like, flipping back elbow into the ladder, and they go flying over and oh man, that was a cool spot, right? They kind of, like, War Dogs had to help out with that a lot to make it work right, and it was really good though. So
I'll allow it.
Now Drilla Killer sets up a table outside, and he's gonna pile drive somebody through the table. It's Kushida, right? But he totally misses. Drilla Killer, and he just lands on the floor right next to the table. But it's fine. They don't do it again. It's like, it's still a Drilla Killer on the floor.
You know why I wouldn't do it again? Because that table That table, must be Makabe's table. That's not going to work for me, brother. I'm not taking this pile driver spot. Nah.
That table was going to be trouble. So we just set that one aside for now. But that was really fun. Then we get one of the best spots of this match period, because there's like Drilla's laid out on a table, like right in front of the ring. And this is all happening. Boom, 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 by the way. And here comes TJP, and he's got Akira on his shoulders. And Akira looks at everybody real quick and goes, "Take fucking picture!" And he does take picture off the apron through the table on Drilla Kill It. That was awesome. I love that. That made me laugh so hard. So Kevin Knight and Connors do a little like kung fu routine involving a ladder that was really neat. I was like, wow, that's not from a kung fu movie. And then Eagles out of nowhere with a 450 onto Connors.
Dude.
There's a lot of people flying out of nowhere on this show.
I feel like Robbie was the master of that. Like, all right, I'm going to chill out for a bit. Oh, there's a spot for me. Quick 450, bang.
All big spots for Robbie.
He knows what he's doing.
Taking big moves or giving big,
what a fucking pro, man.
It was awesome. So it was fun. Akira, TJP, and Fujita do some crazy tower spot, and then there's like a mist. The Asswang leaps onto the ladder and misses somebody in the face.
It's Robbie, yeah.
Yeah, so GTR from the ladder through a ladder bridge. So somebody had set up a ladder bridge in between the ropes and the ladder, and fucking after he got soused in the face or whatever, fucking TJP takes it for the GTR through that. That spot was awesome, man. I love that. That was so cool. So Kushida and Maloney get back involved, and Kevin climbs the big ladder. This doesn't make any sense, but I love it anyway. It was so stupid because he climbs the ladder. Oh, no, he can't quite reach the titles, but he's got the shoes. You don't think he could just jump up there? I mean, come on. But he decides, no, you know what? Instead of grabbing the belts, he's going to hit the biggest axe handle of all time, and he does. It's fun because Kushida's holding one of the War Dogs there.
It's fun. Wrestle Kingdom, baby. Yeah. Come on.
That was fun. So Fujita's up on the ladder. He gets a hand on the belt. Kushida puts him in a hold on the ladder, right? And then Fujita just bumps off the ladder. It's like, oh my God. So many spots. Kevin climbs the ladder with Drilla pinned beneath it. All right, like face up. So Drilla does the fucking he does a push-up bench press style, all right, and pushes Kevin off of the ladder, and that was awesome, man.
It was Kevin's anchor sheeter, I think, yeah.
At this point, the ladder is starting to get fucked up, so here come the refs to come in and hold them.
The safety refs. They've done an OH&S course.
So funny, man. So TJP are fighting at the top of the ladder again, and then Fujita and Akira join them on the other tall ladder. So we got a four-way hockey fight going on top of the ladder. Robbie and TJP knock each other off. It's down to Akira and Fujita, the two young guys. We want to see both these guys win, right? So very exciting. Fujita puts a hold on Akira and then takes the belts down. Fujita and Robbie get the win. It's the night of TMDK, and it begins right here, Luke.
It's a really good ending. I like it. If only the belts would cooperate and wouldn't have swung away that extra one time away from fucking Vegeta. It's like, come on, man, I've already, come on. Oh, fuck, I've got to grab him again. All right, done. All right, yeah, I've won now. Yeah, apart from that, this is fucking awesome fun. This is how you start a freaking Wrestle Kingdom show.
Yeah.
Like, all four teams just crushed it. Like, all 8 guys got fucking cool spots and took a cool bump too. So or two. Yeah, it was awesome. It's one of those really fast-paced matches. Look, we're going to take nasty bumps and do cool shit, but we're going to be a little light on the selling because we got a lot of shit to do. But the timing was really good. Everything kind of pulled it up, worked out, and it was so adorable and goofy. And in further with hindsight added to it now, I like that the refs held the ladders, Yeah, I like it.
Of course. Yeah,
like,
there's nothing wrong with that.
My 20-year-old brain would be like, what are you doing? Let the fucking ladders go. What you helping them? What are you doing? My 42-year-old me is just like, yeah, keep them safe, man. Keep those ladders steady. That's all you got to do, man.
Well, okay. So the ref's job in wrestling in particular is to make sure the match goes off right,
their job, yeah.
And keep people safe and stuff like that. Luke, we had a situation recently in a game you like to follow, chess, where we could have used some pro wrestling type refereeing. What happened in chess?
Magnus Carlsen, who was in the World Rapid Championship tournament, the defending champion. Rapid just means like each person has 15 minutes ish to like all up. You know, on each side.
So it's the TV
minutes.
title. It's the TV title.
That's right. It's the TV title of chess. He's the champion, and he rocked up. You know, you've probably seen the photo by now. Proper suit jacket, shirt, shoes, looking fine, but he was wearing jeans, denim jeans.
Yeah,
and he's broke the dress code. So he's like, "Oh man, don't worry, I'll just pay the $200 fine. It's cool, and then I'll just keep going." And no, the ref was just like, "No, we're not pairing you up for the next match." Well, then Magnus was like, "Fuck you, then," and then he left. And by the way, you know what happened? The Bullet happened next, and he's also the world champion of that. But they had a chat, and they brought him back for it. Guess what? He wore his fucking jeans to every day.
Right. Right. Well, the point is, though, is that instead of being a stickler for the rules, this ref or whoever was in charge should have been like, I'll take the L here. I'll get chumped out. It's okay. So that the people that were watching that tournament didn't all of a sudden feel like they wasted their money because they didn't get to see the champion, right?
Right.
So that's what is going on in pro wrestling. That's why, Chumpy doesn't DQ everybody. That's why Kenta Sato shouldn't have, chumped out Taichi in that Rambo. Right. You ruined everything.
Fuck. That's maybe that's put a dark cloud on you this whole time.
Oh, but and that's why the refs were holding the ladder, is my point. And it's like, it's the same reason. It's like Magnuson, Carlson, whatever his name is, he can wear jeans and these guys can hold the ladder. It's okay. We're trying to put on a good show,
That's right. As long as the moves look good. Like, I notice them because I guess like I gotta do notes for this shit and all that. But if you're in the heat of the match, just watching as a fan, watching like that, you're not paying attention to why's Kenta Sato and Chumpy Jr. holding the ladder? Oh, they're keeping everyone safe. That's adorable. Instead, you're just like, holy shit, did you see that fucking final through the ladder?
Luke, you mentioned it. Actually, no Chumpy Jr. on this show at all. It was young Sakamoto.
Oh, that's right. It was.
I think Chumpy Sr. put the kibosh on Chumpy Jr. and started doing some backstage politicking, and now like I can't get booked. So.
Yeah. He's talked to whoever the lawyers are that handle the music rights or something. That's why it took so long.
But I don't know if we said this, but Hanma's music, we got to hear it, and it wasn't the copyright. And I was like, oh my God, what is this music? And it was Hanma's. I was like, man, those lawyers doing a great job. Let's get them on channel.
We got another generic Makabe theme too, but
wow.
All right, so I'm happy. Aussies won a title at Wrestle Kingdom. Thank you, Robbie Eagles and Kosei Fujita. I'm fucking on cloud 9. Great way to start a show. And then I get extraordinarily excited because by now I have seen enough wrestling to know that Azumi, hey, I said it right this time, and Mayu Iwatani are fucking awesome. And this match is going to be incredible. I'd say there's only one complaint I have about it. And that's I wanted 4 hours of this, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really short.
You should subscribe to Stardom. Shut up. I know. I can't. Like, there's only so much I can watch. But, this is a kind of a short, get your shit in, let's go kind of match. And, I would have preferred a bit more space and time. But what we get, it's fucking awesome. Zumi gives no fucks either. Straight away, she's just like, I'm just gonna go out and kill Mayu Iwatani. It's just what's gonna happen, and it does for quite a lot of portions of this match. And then Mayu will come back with like this thrust kick to the face or some shit. And Charity doesn't know these ladies at all, so she's seeing Mayu Iwatani, who's a very slender looking lady, just pick Azumi up and just do dragon suplexes and shit on her. And when she saw what Mayu was trying to set up with the 2-step kind of suplex, she was just like, yeah. So she might have She might look skinny, but man, there's no fat there, man. That's got to be all just fucking power and muscle. It was freaking awesome. So and just added to it, seeing Charity's reaction to seeing these two Joshis just absolutely crush each other. There's I think move of the night in this match as well, or one of them. And that's when I see Azumi does a destroyer, and I'm like, I like destroyers. That was fun. And then Azumi's just like, no. Puts my Iwatani in a fucking pile driver, arms locked in a pile driver like this, like Show Might. Flips with a destroyer, but makes it look like a gnarly looking pile driver at the same time. Stardom people listening to this or watching this will be like, yeah, that's amazing. It's called here. I've seen her do it before. But for my virgin eyes, I saw that and I was like, what the fuck is that? What is that? And just not only that, the bump looked gnarly as well. So that looked dangerous, but there's a lot of trust in that move and all that kind of stuff. It was absolutely beautiful and brutal looking, and I'm sure they were all pretty safe and it was fine. But fucking hell, that move, man, it's just holy shit, it was insane. And then the whole story here is Azumi has wrestled Mai Iwatani for this many times and has only won once, and she gets close in this match, even doing some of the moves and ways that she beat Mai Iwatani at the Grand Prix, which is apparently when the last time Azumi beat her. But hey, I guess it's like Magnus Carlsen. You're going to beat him the same way twice. Mai Iwatani's ready for it and just hits that gnarly looking two-step fucking, what is it, dragon German suplex thing. I'll just call it a two-step.
German dragon.
German.
Do they have
dragon,
those?
man.
They have those, right?
They must do, man. It was freaking gnarly. I love this match. I think me talking about it was longer than the actual match itself, which is a shame. But the two ladies crushed it. And hey, good work, New Japan. Put a women's match on your fucking biggest show of the year.
Yeah. You remember it used to be a tag match that was like 3 minutes long. So
remember when it used to be dark matches?
Yeah. We're moving in the right direction.
Absolutely.
I have a theory about this match. I don't know if it's true or not, but I just feel like they were going out there and their time got cut, because they just, like, the pace of this match is extraordinary. Like, it's impressive on its own. If selling wasn't a thing and wrestling was all about speed, this would be like one of the best matches ever, but it's like, because they don't have any opportunity to do anything except hit moves, it's like, it's wild. It's like, it feels so weird. They open the match up with like big near falls. And it was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. We got, I can tell like 1 minute into the match what we're doing as far as trying to pound 20 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag in this match, and it's good shit. And I love it. So, but it was mesmerizing for me because I'm just kind of watching this. I was like, how are they? Because it's not easy to wrestle fast. It's easy to forget you're supposed to wrestle slow and start to go too fast. But that's like different than wrestling fast and going from spot to spot quickly in a way that looks still like pro wrestling, very much so. And that's what these folks did. And it was awesome. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was too short. I think the crowd didn't like that it was too short either. Yeah. And they were like, when it was over, they were like, okay, we like you very much. We don't like whoever's decision that was to make that short.
I think that's an awesome reaction because, hey, Japanese crowd wants it too, Give them 20 minutes. Like 20 minutes. Come on.
Stardom had one of their biggest shows recently. They drew like 5,000 people at a show. It wasn't their most recent show, but they drew a big house recently. And, I don't know what the Wrestle Kingdom draw was, but at the same time, I think that there's definitely a lot of Stardom fans there. And there's a lot of people like us that are just like, we want to love Stardom. You know what I mean? So there's like, there's a lot of people like us that just have goodwill towards, women's wrestling in general. And so I don't know, those kind of people in the crowd were like,
That was really good. we could have done with another like 10 to 15 minutes of that, please. Like, yeah, that's definitely the general sentiment. Absolutely.
Well, Luke, I can help you with the 15 minutes more of wrestling because that's what we're going to get next. It's the IWGP TV title match, and this match is fucking fantastic. It is Ren Narita versus Jeff Cobb versus Riho Aiwa versus the returning champion of cancer, El Fantasmo. So 15 minutes on the clock, and this is just great. ELP, so like the good guys, the story is the good guys want to beat up Ren, right? But will they get in each other's way? Will they, how's that going to work, right? So so ELP is like takes the first opportunity and just dives on Ren. And so that leaves Riho Aiwa and Cobb to start, and they do a bunch of never shit. And ELP keeps like trying to get involved, but like he just ends up taking a huge moves from everybody. And it's like a simple move, and he just goes flying. It's like, it was fantastic, man. The guy's not just in there to do offense. In fact, most of what he's in there to do is to make everyone else look great, right? So that was great. Then Riho Aiwa gets over on Cobb because of how strong he is, and he tries to hold on him, but Ren ruins that. He goes for ELP. Lots of three-man stuff, though, in this match going on. You had that observation as well, like where, we're getting rid of Ren for a while, or, but then the three guys will wrestle, and there's a lot of it, and it's very good. So ELP finally gets some flippy shit in, because he kept trying to interrupt the big man stuff with Arana, but then like Cobb would just catch him and throw him. And so finally he gets a little in, and then this is a great spot. This is like, man, this is good. So ELP wants to do the rope walk. We don't know that, but how do we find out? He fucking does a super stomp right on Cobb's hand to injure his hand so that he can then grab it and get up on the ropes and do the rope walk. And I was like, oh my God, that is cool. I love it. So that made me laugh. All right. So then let's see. So Cobb tries to like knock him off onto the others. Oh, that's what it was. He goes up to the top. That's when Cobb knocks him off onto the others. And Cobb thinks about a dive. He's looking at the crowd. The crowd's looking at him. It's like fucking Wrestle Kingdom. Tope con hilo over the ropes from Cobb onto everybody. That was awesome.
Marty Matanta Quinto just going fucking flying.
That was so cool, man. And then we get a monster Tower of Doom spot. Like, it was basically like a double power bomb where like Jeff Cobb powerbombed two dudes, it's nuts. And but Ren Narita wasn't involved, right? But this is when he gets his heel spot where he runs in and tries to pin everybody, and the ref gets bumped in the process. Push up bra! No! Jono just takes it and flips him off. And I was like, that was fun. This gives a lot of good guys opportunity to all hit big moves on Ren. And then we get a top tier, like all kinds of top tier 3-man like stuff from the good guys. It's awesome. Jeff 5000 on ELP, and he just floats to the mat. And it's just like, how does your body do that? I don't understand.
Floats so like cool. A fucking feather, man, like all the way down.
Nuts, man. So, but Cobb keeps trying to get a tour by catching ELP, right? He keeps catching him, and the crowd's like, oh, fuck. But Riho Aiwa, he catches Cobb, and we get some really good spots to put over how big or how like strong Aiwa is, and it works when he's wrestling a guy like Cobb. So we get the lariat from Riho Aiwa, but Ren pulls the ref. He was about to beat Cobb, but no, push-up bra, but not again. This time Cobb takes the push-up bra and breaks it over his knee, and the crowd
goes fucking nuts. The crowd goes nuts for that.
Push-up bra. That's so funny, man.
I loved it.
Ren gets immediate revenge with a super low blow. And that was great. But then Cobb recovers, hits Ren with a tour. ELP comes literally flying out of nowhere to break up the pin, like spinning through the air. And he hits Thunderstruck 1972. He pins Ren. ELP is not only the cancer champion, but he is also the champion of television. That match was tremendous. If there is a class somewhere that is about 4-way title matches, this should be taught in that match. It is fucking awesome. Awesome match.
Well, I was like, a lot of these matches, doesn't matter if it's 3-way or 4-way. We'll just go with the 4 ways. 2 men are in the ring. The other 2 are either down or they're just waiting in the wings or something like that. That doesn't happen at all in this match. Even when there's multiple people outside, That's because the fighting's just about to go outside, and holy shit, Tope on Hero from Jeff Cobb or something.
Or they stay off camera really well too. That's another thing that they're good at. So
sometimes there's and there are portions of this match where it is just the two guys beating each other up in the ring, but there's a third guy in the ring, and they're selling like they're dead, and they're doing it in the ring, so they're kind of part of the match, even if they're down and selling for that portion. It's just, why don't they do that more? I don't know. Have I just not noticed it a lot? But it seemed to be a lot of that in this match, because it always made it feel like there was a three-way engagement or a four-way engagement a lot of the times, rather than, and the only time it really felt like someone was like outside sneaking in the wings and like, was Ren Narita, who should be doing shit like that because he's a sneaky asshole. And this match was exactly what it needed to be with Kanemaru. Man, motherfucker.
Piece of shit.
But with Ren Narita getting his comeuppance. I love House of Torture, but I also like the House of Torture comeuppance part of House of Torture as well. So Ren got his ass kicked and lost his belt. And it's too feel good a story to not capitalize on it. ELP beats cancer. Let's put some gold on this man right now.
Jeff Cobb has already challenged, for the title as well, which is great. And I did forget to mention that Rocky and Yo have already challenged for the junior titles as well. So,
yay! And half boo.
That'd be good.
I like Rocky, but the other dude.
Yo, I don't know if you know about this, but Yo was doing some I don't know what you call this, but he was trying to drum up some business for Wrestle Kingdom, and because he was not on the card, he dressed up like one of the beer ladies that wears a keg on her back and ran around selling beer to people during the show. Maybe not during the show, maybe at least before it. And so he was dressed like a lady, and Fujita kissed him, and they kissed each other. And I mean, that's what we've always. I say you think you want that, and then you see it, and maybe you don't.
No, I always had Vegeta paired up with Robbie Eagles anyway, so it's all right. It's my shipping.
Luke, the last match was a big L for House of Torture.
Oh yeah.
I think the beginning of this match is one of the biggest wins House of Torture's ever had in New Japan.
Yeah, me too. This is versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Hey, this is Tanahashi's last year, but it could end right now, because if Tanahashi loses, he has to retire tonight.
Lumberjack death match rules too, by the way.
Oh my god! You get everything you want, except for one thing, because you mentioned it and you were like, "Are they going to do this or hold it in their back pocket?" I'm like, I think you're right, but it's going to be some back pocket shit. They'll remember it. They better. They usually come up with an interesting gimmick.
It'll come up eventually.
Then build and build. Anyway, it is Evil versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Tanahashi comes out. It's great. It's awesome. All right, it's Tanahashi. Whatever. What I want to see, and I'm happy I've got a big grin on my face, we get big match, big time entrance for Evil kind of shit, with a live band, someone going absolutely insane on the fucking keyboard. It is awesome. Dude.
I loved it. Normally when someone comes there and they try to perform over the theme, it doesn't sound good. This sounded great. The keyboard player was playing all kinds of new shit that wasn't in the song, just playing it right over top, and it sounded fantastic. He was dressed like a fucking psychopath, and the rest of the band was too. And it was it's like Evil's personal band that plays his theme when he wakes up in the morning as he walks to the bathroom.
Part of me, if you could go a bit more gross with it. Do you remember from Dusk Till Dawn when they all turn into vampires and stuff? The band goes from playing guitars and shit to having guitars made out of body parts and stuff.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
But
we can go Cronenberg on it, that'd be fun. I mean, Show does walk around with all those hands,
Yeah,
so.
That's right. It's like a gore bag from Fallout or something. But
so, do you think we were talking about a little bit? I think that's probably the first time any of these guys have had a big time Wrestle Kingdom entrance.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe Evil the first time when he wrestled Naito, but that was in front of nobody, so it doesn't count, you know.
No, this is like, I don't know. I hear a lot of complaints about House of Torture, but they're over in their role. Look at this entrance. Not only that, people are invested on whether they win or lose. People want them to lose.
So every time. The nerds that are out with Tanahashi is we have Yano, Tiger Mask, Bolton Oleg, and Master Wato. And I'm like watching this, and I'm like, poor Wato, but at least he's going to get over on House of Torture. He won't get chopped out, you know. And then they just show Makabe on commentary, and it just made me piss my pants laughing for some reason. I don't know why.
Got to hear what he has to say about the Tanahashi Evil rivalry. For all we know, like, he's like some kind of knowledge guru of everything New Japan, and we just don't know.
He could be. He probably is, you know, or he might just be plugging his podcast or something. I don't know.
So we're happy. We've been a big supporter of the House of Torture and Evil, so we're marking out just for his entrance. It's big. It's huge.
That's great.
As for the match, this is everything we've been wanting it to be. It's a big match with there's some stakes, and it's mostly focused on not stank belts.
Yeah, no stank belts. Good call.
Not all this other stuff over here or this other stuff over here. It's Tanahashi and it's Evil. That's been the thing. That's been what we wanted, and it's awesome. I lapped this up. This is Evil doing all sorts of the fucking, oh my god, he'll throw Tanahashi out. House of Torture will beat on him. Evil will get thrown out. House of Torture will put him on a chair and give him a fucking back massage and stuff. You know? Shit like funny. That. It's fucking awesome. And then House of Torture start doing fucking all sorts of cheating stuff, like and stuff. So the nerds get involved and all this, and then it just deteriorates as it has to, because it's a death match. Oh my god! And you get all of it. You get the nerds just trying to no. So it's always darkest before the dawn, right? That's this match. So the first part of this match is like the fun, silly lumberjack style match, but it's always darkest before the dawn. Wato's getting fucking spray painted. House of Torture. Oh, he's getting beat up and look like nerds. People are getting garroted. They're getting low blowed, pimp cane. They're getting House of Tortured big time. You know, so and the crowd is, dude, I know they have before, but like Evil's not getting the boos of silence in this match. Have you?
Right, yeah.
Like, they're invested in him losing, but I feel like there's also like there's the entertainment thing. Like, yeah, I think it also works because when it's time for Tanahashi and Evil to be like, hey, we've done all this stuff for the group, all this goofy stuff. Now it's the portion of this match where we just fucking wail on each other, and it's awesome. So you kind of get that too. I've never forgotten that Evil's got not only the massive bumping skills that she's shown off this whole match, but man, his moves are incredible when he decides he wants to fucking put them on people. Of Darkness Falls, and everything is Tanahashi. These guys are just fucking going for it. I feel like I had this smile on my face the whole time, like just watching this match. Evil even tries to run away, and then Bolton Oleg just picks him up over his shoulders and brings him back.
That got heat with me because I'm like, okay, great. So that's the fucking spot on the ramp. The Bolton just going and getting the guy. Come on now. That means no bumping on the ramp in this match. Why not?
No.
Those lights are too expensive. I think.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, we got to use this tomorrow. We're
right
from AW. Oh my god. So like, I just liked the chemistry of all this. It's kind of everything in the kitchen sink, plus you get some really cool wrestling, and the ending is fucking awesome because the crowd reaction adds to it and everything. Because Evil, he just goes and hits the everything is evil, and the crowd loses their fucking minds. No one really kicks out of that, right? That's a pretty emphatic, that's a big full stop kind of finishing move, you know, when It might not look, and then Tanahashi kind of uses that momentum of Evil coming down for the pin to roll him up. 1, 2, 3, sneaky pin. Perfect, absolute perfect way to win.
Yeah,
Tanahashi's back for the year, baby. Evil gets vanquished at Wrestle Kingdom, which is where, like, I want Evil to have a pretty decent win-loss record throughout the year. But Wrestle Kingdom, it's probably like mostly losses, and I'm absolutely okay with that. The only wins he's had at Wrestle Kingdom was probably like when he was in LIJ winning tag titles.
Right.
I'm happy with that because his character, this is what happened. It's the big catharsis show. We want to see Tanahashi whoop this guy's ass. He does, but Evil gets the one up on him. But I'm Tanahashi, motherfucking, like, I'm never tired. Oh man, you got me, but I rolled. I loved it.
The match. Oh, it's great. It's a fantastic match because of all the things you said, and because of the story they've literally been telling for years that Tanahashi doesn't have it physically anymore, so he's got to do the mental stuff. He's got to be tricky, and so like that's how he won like half of his G1 matches, and it was like. It's like they've been telling that story so it could win this match specifically. And that's how it felt. It felt like everything built to this one moment, and Tanahashi rolled his ass up. And it was like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, man. But the match was awesome. But House of Torture, they weren't just going to let, everything be. They still know the cameras are on, so they're going to try to get their heat back.
Oh, dude. Like, Evil just got a sneaky pin on him. He's fine. He didn't take the high fly flow. He did take an Aces High, which was awesome.
Same thing,
yeah, which is the same thing. He's just standing up, but he didn't take the full high fly flow, and it was a while ago. Tanahashi just took his finisher, and he lost. Still, what? How does that happen? But yeah, House of Torture just fucking beating the shit out of this guy. The Nerds help save the day. Oh, look who's here to help clear house. It's fucking Katsuyori Shibata.
That was wild.
They're fucking shit.
Yeah.
And then, it's just Shibata and Tanahashi in the ring. And Shibata's like, oi, I heard you're never tired. So let's wrestle tomorrow night at Wrestle Dynasty. And the crowd's like, what? And you and I are like, what? So yeah, Wrestle Dynasty coming to you in a few hours.
Yeah.
Boom.
Luke, I don't want to poop in your cereal, but I cannot believe they did something after this match. All right. So after this was announced, okay, he challenges for the match. Tanahashi says, yes, there's a stipulation on this match. You know what it is?
What?
5-minute exhibition, grappling only. You didn't do it on Wrestle Kingdom. We're going to make you do it. You're going to fucking do it. So it's like, yeah, you can come back and wrestle, but we're still going to be assholes about it. So that's crazy. Wow. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And like all the people in New Japan that would have been pissed about that in leadership are gone, except Tanahashi, right? Yeah. So like, I wonder, I'm sure there's some reason why they're doing that. Just a safety
Is there a Japanese health thing that is there that
we don't know about?
America that we don't know about? Maybe that's part of it.
Probably not, though. We've seen Noah matches. Good lord.
Yeah, but I've also in my few scant years enjoying the product of New Japan Pro Wrestling. What's that kind of stigma with WWE that they can be vindictive fucks sometimes? Mm-hmm. That's not just a WWE.
Oh yeah, that's all wrestling companies.
Kota Ibushi, your mother. Look where he is now. Like, he made a mum joke. And fucking Kushida, he gets hand, foot, and mouth and poop disease, and his spot, like, he was supposed to have a big match with Ishimori too. Like,
yeah. You wonder. Yeah, you get in the doghouse, you stay in the doghouse. So I can't believe they did that, but they did. And so, yeah, we will watch that match in a few short hours. And it would be really funny if he's just like, fuck you. And how would Tanahashi react to Shibata trying to like change the match? Or is that the story?
Yeah.
Are they going to lean into it? Anyway, it's interesting either way.
How's the president going to react when Shibata just slaps him in the face?
Right. That would be awesome,
Yeah, it's like that.
So it's exciting. Shibata returning, being in a New Japan ring, period, is something that hasn't happened in a very long time in Japan. So, very exciting. That was like the big kind of shit you want to see on Wrestle Kingdom. So now, Luke, we had many main events on the show. The very first one is next. I did kind of like that last one as a main event too. It's all main events. The whole show's main events. So the next main event is our main event. It's the Never title match. Woohoo! I love it. And also there's some other belt, but I don't care about that. But it's Shingo versus Takeshita. And you mentioned it earlier. When Shingo comes out, there's this awesome shot where like he's standing on the stage and they have all these like kind of circular screens and the Never title logo shows up in all of them and the crowd goes, whoa. And I go, whoa. It was like so cool, man.
Whoa. It was beautiful.
It looked awesome, man. So I love that, and I am really like, this match is starting. I'm thinking about what this has got to be like for Takeshita, right? So like here he is. Now I know he's wrestled in New Japan before. He was in the fucking G1, but he's never had a singles match at Wrestle Kingdom, right? So like this is big time for him, and it's got to be something he's dreamed of his whole life, and he took the long way around. I bet you there are a lot of people that he's come across in his life that thought he couldn't do what he's doing right now. And here he is doing it. And I'm just like, good for you, dude. That is so cool. So, let's see how I feel after the match. It's really cool. So at the beginning, this is a neat thing about this match too that's different, is that they pause for cheers, Shingo and Takeshita, and the crowd is like, well, no, we came to see you wrestle. So they don't cheer at all. They just wait, and the wrestlers are kind of like, oh, you want us? Oh, okay, we'll wrestle. That was awesome. So,
we just want to see meat slapping already.
Do it. Do the shit. That was really fun, man. So they run the ropes and do their big heavyweight spots at the beginning, and it's tremendous. And Shingo is cocky. He's the champion, and he's like, I heard you had an elbow. Well, I got two of them, It's Kefta just fucking floors him, and it's tremendous. And then he hits the senton for 2, and Shingo's already in like ultimate cell mode, like immediately as soon as the match starts. It's awesome. So, but he does a really sneaky thing. He baits Takeshita to the floor and hits a DVD on the floor. And man, I love this about Shingo. If you watch that, he's like lined up to hit the DVD, like lined up perfectly parallel with the ring, and it's not perfectly parallel. It's not exactly perfectly parallel.
He's anal retentive about that.
When you look, you see Shingo let go, and you see him turn around and be like, "Daggone it."
That's a Macho Man thing, right? Because he was always so about perfect timing and shit too.
I thought that was so cool. He's not mad. He's not like, oh, he's just thinking this has got to be perfect. This is Wrestle Kingdom, and it was not quite perfect. So cool. Anyway, that's why he's the best. But he hits an amazing superplex, and then Shingo loves ska, but Takeshita doesn't. So he grabs him, and Shingo reverses that into a suplex, and then he tells us all about ska. So we get a suplex fight to a big double down, and they show Ishii sitting there like this, right? And the 2 titles sitting in front of him, and the crowd's like, whoa. It's great, man.
Ishii, why don't you smile? And he's like fucking Black Dynamite. I am smiling.
Yeah, exactly. Big lariats from both guys. A bastard driver combo with the wheelbarrow suplex from Takeshita. So Takeshita is a very tall man compared to Shingo. And like for some reason, when he does that wheelbarrow suplex, he grabs him like low on the legs. So they look like twice as tall as a normal wheelbarrow suplex, and it looks like they're going so far. And man, it looks fantastic. I love that. That was one of the best moves in
absolutely. Yeah.
So, desperation lariat from Shingo for a double down. Then he gets made in Japan. All right, but that's only for 2. Takeshita hits a knee, but maybe Shingo blocked it. Not sure. That was a weird move.
They covered. I think commentary even covered as well. Oh, he deflected at Shingo. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, all right.
Something happened there. But Frankensteiner from Takeshita, an incredible running knee. Shingo instantly kicks out of. Blue Thunder Bomb for 2. my feed craps out. And then when we return, they're hitting huge lariats and trading reverse Ranas.
Yeah, fucking poison run. Like, I've seen Shingo do it a couple times now, but it always takes me by surprise. I'm like, wow.
Strike battle. It's awesome. Pumping bomber is answered by a huge forearm for 2. Takeshita hits his finisher for the win. I don't know what it was. I'm sorry. But I'm sad Shingo lost, but that match was fantastic. He will now face Takeshita, meaning he will face Ishii for both belts tomorrow, and then cuts to Ishii ringside sitting there.
Yeah. He's nonplussed. Actually, he is very plussed. He's very pissed off.
He's extra angry. Plussed.
Yeah.
he's minus. He's multiplied. He's divided.
He's definitely not divided.
What did you see? What did you think of all that, Luke?
I love this match. I had a feeling like Shingo might be losing because like the AEW guy is probably going to wrestle in the more AEW focus show the next night. But then I get to see Takeshita versus Ishii, and no offense to Shingo and Ishii, I love you both. Love to see you wrestle again. I've seen it a few times. I haven't seen Takeshita Ishii all that much. So I'm not too disappointed. Maybe Ishii will bring it up. Besides, I also feel like Takeshita is probably going to stay a bit AEW focused, of course. Shingo, New Japan focused. Ishii is kind of floating between the two. So you might see him one week hanging out with with Chaos and I guess the rest of the fucking nerds. And then the other week next week he's hanging out with Briscoe and Orange Cassidy and the conglomeration, just beating people up on AEW.
AEW nerds.
Yeah, he's with AEW nerds. But hey, he's over on the AEW.
Oh yeah,
and he's over on the New Japan. So and I guess like he's in that older kind of, he's getting at that dad stage. Why not? They're not going to.
How many singles matches he had this year? Probably wasn't that many. And it's like that's the way it's going to be going forward. So at least it's going to be with big dudes in big situations. I am happy because Takeshita is never as fuck. And the belt is, even though the belt has gone to someone in AEW, it's gone to someone who is in line with our values. So
oh yeah, like no, I'm happy that Takeshita he's a holder of the Never Open title at least once. Dude, it's a fucking dude looks like a stud. He's 29 years old.
Yeah. Is he really?
Like brick shit house. Handsome as fuck.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about Don Callis was there, and he was ringside. He didn't get involved at all, and but man, I love Don Callis. I think I don't know what it is like personally at all. I'm just saying like him as a character, it's like Bischoff to me. Like I love it. It's like it's the best.
I'll say Takeshita did a lot of getting over on AEW himself, but establishing this like alpha heel, I'm gonna fuck you up kind of thing. Callis kind of helped with that, and Fletcher's with Callis right now as well, and you've seen rumblings of what Fletcher's doing in AEW right now. So I don't know. He's this big douchebag character that's kind of I don't know. It works, and I'm very happy for Takeshita and Fletcher to get that kind of stuff. But dude, this match was just my shit. I was so fucking happy watching this. I was just, man, I was happier than Ishii watching this. So by the time this match happens, Mr. Guy, I'm on cloud 9. I had it. All right, the Rambo Goto, that's pre-show shit. Who cares? This is main show. So from Jet Setters to now, big grin on my face. I've liked the junior tags, the women's title match, TV title, Evil Tanner, Never as Fuck, Shingo Takeshita. I'm on cloud 9. Let's do it, dude. Oh my god. It's El Desperado versus Doki with chumpy refereeing, by the way.
Couldn't get me perfect.
For the junior title in Wrestle Kingdom. Not only can it get more perfect, it does. Because Despy comes out first, and then we get like this. This gives me another piece of like Japanese culture that I'm just like, man, that's so fucking cool, and it's such a perfect way to kind of showcase this in front of the world. You should do it on Wrestle Kingdom. because I don't know. She's this person is some kind of like kabuki dancer or some kind of like Japanese cultural dancer or something. Whips their hair back and forth. I don't mean to do the song, but you know, it looks fucking cool. Like this, like kind of pale white makeup and silver hair. Apparently very famous or something like that in Japan. Maybe had done an entrance or something for another wrestler before. I think they mentioned fist bumps Doki. It comes down the ramp with Doki as well. This is big entrance Doki. Dude, this is how far he's come. And I'm going to be a bit scanned with my talk of the match because there isn't much of one and it's fucking heartbreaking. So if I can just get to the meat and potatoes, this match is awesome. And I simultaneously hate and love El Desperado at the same time. And it's not his fault. He does a fucking tope con hero. It's fucking gnarly. He bangs his leg, and you and I are like, oh fuck. But he bounces back up like nothing happened. Match continues. And then a couple of minutes later, we get a Doki bomb. The match, everything leading up to this, it's less than 5 minutes. It's fucking incredible. I'm loving it. We're even speculating. Do you think the mask will come off? What do you think will happen? We're like, all right, we love the Never Open title, but I think like this is, well, my most anticipated match.
Something new. Yeah, this is something new, and it's awesome. And man,
it's the story, so behind man. Like, I don't even care if he loses. It's Doki at the Dome. I mean, I jokingly said it should be against Okada and he should win, but you know, I don't underline all that. Doki at the Dome.
Yeah.
Doki bomb. Doki lands awkwardly on his arm. It fucking breaks. They show a replay, and then you're just like, oh fuck. And Chumpy, I love and hate him too. No, I love him. It's the right call. He goes straight. He takes one look at Doki, calls for the bell.
Yeah.
Desperado's music plays. I'm absolutely heartbroken. Chumpy's heartbroken because, look, do you think he wanted to do that? No. Desperado's heartbroken because you can tell, like, man, fuck, we got a lot of fucking cool shit. This was not just a moment for him. This is a moment for him and his fucking boy that he brought into New Japan. Doesn't matter who won and lost between them, man. This is, man, fuck. And then, so he's upset because the match didn't go off and he's now the champion.
Which
stoppage.
It's weird.
But,
you know,
broken arm, you've kind of got to switch the titles right now.
I mean, I get why they did it. It's just weird that, you know, because he got injured, he loses the title instantly. But you had to do it either way, so might as well do it right then. You know, and that title has a flimsy history with that kind of thing too right now. So, I mean, Desperado lost it by DQ. Now he got it by injury. So,
look, and I am devastated. Like, I'm heartbroken, and it could have been really, because I didn't think I was that grumpy for the rest of the night. Maybe you can say if I was or not, but you know, it's happened to me before. Something I don't like happens, and then I'm just like a fucking asshole the rest of the show. This time I had like Charity watching it with me, and I feel like what carried me through was the fact that she really likes Yota Tsuji. I like him too, but you know what I mean. Like, that was the dream match, man.
He's not Doki.
Yeah, right. And I like David Finlay too, but so Despy gets the crowd riled up. I didn't want to win like this, but I've got it now. Let's fucking go. Look, right, it's not the end between me and Doki. It's awesome. You know, he's doing his best he can. I'm just fucking. I still feel a bit.
It's very sad. It's very sad, and it's a huge bummer. Desperado makes a great point on the mic. He says he's not going to apologize because this is what happens when you go as hard as we do. It's the inevitable thing that's going to happen, is what he says. Which I love how Desperado is able to say something that you would be like, "Fuck you!" Like, if I said that. If I tried to say something like that to someone, it would come off like I'm an asshole. But when he does it, it's cool. And it's like, I don't know how, you know, but he says asshole shit and the crowd's like, you know what? You're right. And I was like mesmerized by that. But I was just bummed. I was bummed out. I didn't even notice that the title changed until like Desperado was standing there, and I'm like, wait oh yeah, okay. It sucks, man. It sucks. But at the same time, Doki had such a great run this year. There's money in Doki. His return is going to be huge. And what do juniors do, man? They get hurt. It's like every junior that's been in the title scene has gotten hurt at some point, you know, and you know, it's just one of those things. I don't know. You could go back to all of them, and it seems like they've all gotten hurt, you know, and been out for serious amounts of time. So
yeah. And yeah, I think he had a dream run, and I feel like it's proved that it worked. It didn't feel like a flash in the pan. Like, he's at the Dome. Dude fucking killed himself, man. Like,
he had Kabuki Quantum Fighter with him, man. I mean, it was big time, you know. That entrance was unbelievable, dude. Mm-hmm. And like I thought I was so like, when I saw some of the other entrances, the House of Torture match, I was like, man, they better fucking not shortchange Doki. He better get, this might be the only time this ever happens for him. He better get the cool entrance. And he did. So I don't know, man. We got the moments. We got like the pro wrestling moments. We didn't get the match, you know?
Yeah.
And so we got some of it. And so, you know, I was just trying to think of it that way because we still had, you know, a couple matches to go that were a big deal. So, you know, I wasn't going to let that ruin Wrestle Kingdom for me. But I think overall, we'll talk about it when we get through the rest of the matches, but I think overall it did hurt the show big time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, as we look back on the show, we're going to think about, well, what happened on the show? Well, that happened.
It's a credit. You know I mean? I would say it's kind of a credit to Doki, like how much people were invested in him, that it was such a fucking devastating, heartbreaking kind of thing when, and you can tell it in the next match that the boys know, all right, we got to go. Yeah. And they do.
And well, there's also time to fill a little bit too.
Yeah.
You know, so I think a lot of that time gets taken up here, and the main event gets a little more time too, but it may have been long anyway. But the next match, we got to move on, Luke. The show must go on. It's the IWGP Global Title match. It's Finlay versus Suji, and Finlay has a big dumb like fake machine gun, like he's in the Brotherhood of Steel or something, and he shoots it at everybody. It's cool if you like that kind of thing.
He's dressed a bit like Maxon as well.
Is he? Okay.
With the jacket, maybe a little bit.
I just that's the last thing I saw with like a minigun was the Brotherhood of Steel. So.
Elder Maxon is the leader in Fallout 4 of the Brotherhood of Steel.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying I didn't recognize anything else, but I wasn't really looking. So it may have subconsciously hit me. But and these two come out. It's Suji. Suji doesn't have a huge entrance necessarily, but he has a good one. Nothing special, but it's like they come out and they do like the standard stuff we've been seeing from them in the preview matches and their other matches. And then Finlay uses Suji's momentum against him and takes advantage. And Marty is like mic'd up or something. Or the guy who like does the ringside microphone is just like, I feel bad for Marty. Let's give him a little extra shit on Wrestle Kingdom and just pointing the mic at him, because everything Marty's saying I can hear really loud, and it makes me happy. It's like music in my ears, you know. So now something happens here that's kind of funny is that so Fosbury Flop from Suji, and Finlay has to save Suji's life by like running and diving underneath him, right? And commentary answers the question that's not answered there, of course, or that's not asked, of course. But so Finlay throws Suji into a ring post, and then this is one of the coolest things that happens on Wrestle Kingdom. I hope I never forget about this because it's so cool and it's such a small thing. I don't know how, but like David Finlay is so good at cheating and so good at like putting people through tables and shit. He like sweeps off the timekeeper's table and then puts Suji through it in like 2 motions. It's like whoop, whoop. It is efficient wrestling. It's nuts.
He didn't even give that Japanese table time to react. I hope it was the same table that refused the job to Kushida and Jill Maloney. And Oh, the table's job for David Finlay, fucking smash.
Dude,
You're
yeah.
an arty right through that shit.
So at Wrestle Kingdom, the actual ring and everything is up on a stage. It's like, I don't know, like 3 feet above the playing field. So everyone's seats are down on this field. So in order to like all the tables are almost level with that little, whatever lip. And so, when Finlay hit the Uranagi through the table, he was standing on the edge of that lip and just threw him right down. It was awesome. And Tsuji went through the table like an outline of him went through the table.
It was like a chalk outline, perfectly like a cartoon. Absolutely. It was awesome.
Oh, man. So these guys just decide, that was a count out spot, by the way, but they just start tearing it up. You really like the triple domination. That was like 3 dominators from Finlay right in a row. That was cool. Tsuji can't get up though, and Marty is now a medical expert because he knows how to diagnose broken arms. He is a medical expert. He's like, Tsuji, I got this. Let me check on you. But it's just Tsuji playing possum. He gets a roll up for 2. He watched the evil match. We get big time lariats, a knee to counter the spear from Tsuji, and then they start trading big strikes and power bombs and shit. Finlay gets a super close near fall from one of the power bombs, and he goes hard into the corner from a Rana. Like Tsuji does the like Rana thing where he's going to throw him into the corner with his legs, and Finlay just runs like as hard as he can, and it's a corner bump. It's not supposed to be awesome. Why is it awesome? So great. Anyway, so Tsuji gets the double stomp for 2 here. Gun stun counter to the Gene Blast from Finlay.
That was so cool.
That's great. They did it well, too, and that could easily get fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
So Finlay gets into oblivion, but only for 2. Tsuji tries a Gene Blast, but gets his genes blasted instead. Stunner from Tsuji. He blasts Finlay's genes, but Finlay gets a foot on the ropes. And then we get a big, slow, awesome main event Bouye spot that's like big time. Headbutt from Tsuji, curb stomp, Gene Blaster, but it's countered by a Gator Roll, weak overkill. Like it wasn't what all it. And so Finlay tries another, but Tsuji hits one of his own, and then a huge power bomb from Tsuji. He blasts Finlay directly in the jeans and wins the title. Finlay can't believe it. He doesn't remember what happened. And I love that. That's crazy. He's like, how did I lose? What do you mean? How did I lose? It was awesome. I thought that match was maybe the best match of the night as far as like just well wrestled. And I just liked everything about it. It was great.
I really like this too. I think maybe my appreciation of it might have been higher if I'd got the previous match. And I'm going to say that for the rest of the matches. And it's none of the boys' faults.
Yeah, it's just the way it is.
What helped me get over my grumpy cloud a lot quicker was the Doki matches over. And Charity's like, oh, I'm thinking of going to bed. It's getting a bit late. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Well, 15 minutes later, she's still here. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's because of Yoda Tsuji, right? She's like, oh, yeah, I like Yoda Tsuji. And so like a subconscious thing, maybe she saw him coming down the ramp because I saw her sitting like this on her hands and chin, and then with her chin like cupping her hands like this, and just leaning forward. So I'm just like, don't fucking downplay this with me. I mean, you're all right to mark out for at least 1 or 2 of these boys. It's all right. Yoda Tsuji's really cool. So it was so she stayed, and that kind of just seeing her get invested like that, it kind of made me go, you know what, the Doki thing sucks, just chill. And I was able, this was never as fuck, by the way, this match.
Yes,
mega fucking power bombs and shit. This is big man stuff. Like, they're both never as hell. Tsuji needed a big win on a big stage, I think, because he's had a couple of these already and lost, So,
yeah.
And he needs some gold, put some gold on this man. And I liked how his whole like in-ring, like, walking down the ramp gear. You know the LIJ logo that might be on the arm or something like that of the guy with the hat and all that?
Yeah.
That's him now. He's made that him.
That's true. Because he's involved in some company that sells hats or something, and they're called Marlowe after Philip Marlowe, the detective, and so he's always wearing the Marlowe hat. I don't know what it is exactly, but now it's that. Yeah, that's the logo. So
yeah, but yes, yet his finishing move is called the Gene Blast and not the Long Goodbye. Okay, whatever. Fucking any.
well, was that Philip Marlowe or is that Sam Spade? I don't know. So
Long Goodbye is Philip Marlowe. It's a good movie too. It's
is it
Elliot Gould? Is that the one?
Is it good? It's a weird movie.
Oh yeah, but it's set in the 70s, where the book is set in like the 50s. So I don't know. I think it's still good. I think it's an older movie. Hey, let's get away from that because I got a match that I like it. Yeah, that'd be my review. It is Hiromu walking out as an acid fly, or a fly that's been painted by someone on acid. And by fly, I mean like the fly, Jeff Goldblum fly, and stuff like that. He looks fucking cool. Like, and as someone on commentary says, only Hiromu could come out like that and absolutely rock it. Like it's absolutely normal thing to wear. And he does. It's awesome.
It looks like something from Where the Wild Things Are or something like that. It's like a fun monster, but the big thing was also during his entrance, we had a triumphant return, and that was the bouncing balls. The giant balls are bouncing all over the place. And oh man, I missed that. That's such a cool thing.
I wanted a close up of Rover getting all up in some fan's face, and the fans like, ah! Like it's the fucking prisoner and shit. Rover's in the house. Oh my god! Like the baby that Shooter was scoping out all night was gone, taken off by Rover. In the thing.
Is that what he's doing? Scoping out babies?
Which one deserves my wristbands? I don't know why he talks like that. I don't know what that voice was, but Naito comes out. I'm sorry, I'm still distracted by Rover at the Dome. Man, Rover versus number 6 at the Dome. Oh, come on.
They just stand there. Like number 6 would just stand. He'd sit there in the ring.
Yeah.
And then they'd all start yelling.
There's one thing I'm not used to seeing Hiromu be, and I'm not used to seeing Hiromu in a Naito match. It's interesting because when you see Hiromu in a match with the other juniors and a lot of other wrestlers, they're wrestling the Hiromu match a lot of the time, right? And he'll match their style some, but it's big match Hiromu's time. But this is Hiromu doing a big match Naito match, and he's pretty good at it. Commentary saying weird shit that's like, all right, Naito's got this thing with his eye, right? He can only have 3 surgeries on it. Okay. He's done that. He can't have any more. Okay. All right. I get that bit. But because his eyesight's so not good in that eye, he had his eye made worse than the other one to balance it out. And I'm like, no one, is that real? Like what?
Maybe. I don't know. It sounds pretty stupid to me, but it might be.
I hear that explanation and I think about Naito over the last year, and I'm like, that explains everything.
Yeah, if you can't see,
and he's not engaged, we're going to get this. That's what you kind of get. And I feel like it's a bit like this for me with that match. I like it, but I guess I'm going to be the snarky arsehole wrestling fan that says this should have happened 5 years ago.
Yeah. But it didn't. So they gave it to you.
Yeah.
Do you want just to forget about it and tease it forever? Then you'd be bitching about that. So
yeah, that is true. Why did we never get that? I still want to know who that extra mole was in Jay White's Bullet Club. Never forget, everyone. I think what killed that storyline was Yoshihashi face plant in the steel steps. So it's a really cool match. I love seeing Naito bumping for his boy. Like he doesn't pussy out like a lot of wrestlers do. He takes that sunset bomb. All right, he holds on to the ropes a little more, and it's not like the biggest height one, but I don't care. He took it, and a lot of wrestlers lately are not taking that move. A lot. So kudos to you, Naito. I get a kind of thrill seeing him in moves like the time bomb 1 and the time bomb 2. I'm just like, this is surreal. Just seeing him picked up for moves like this. It's fucking awesome. And I'm really enjoying it. It's a fucking great match, and I feel like this is Hiromu proving like, hey, I can do this big match, heavyweight title match shit too. You know, I can do this 20-30 minute kind of match, this style, bit more slow paced, and make it fucking awesome, and the crowd's gonna lap it all up, all that kind of stuff. You know what? So I feel like that was the point he was trying to prove. I feel like he made it. I wish New Japan would let him make it emphatic with a 1, 2, 3, but that wasn't to be. So after like the third Destino, Naito wins. I'm not angry. I'm a little disappointed. I mean, you know, I wanted Hiromu, but it was fun. It was good. I don't know. Like, am I weird for not thinking this is an absolute banger? This is just me. Well, how did you feel about this?
I thought it was very good. But I didn't care who won this at all. Like, I don't give a fuck who wins because, and not in that way that I normally don't care, and just in a way that it doesn't really matter to me because I'm kind of like, I'm not over LIJ, but they're not my favorites anymore. So like, this is not, as big a drama as it would be if it was like, Taichi versus Taka or something like that. Then I'd be in, which by the way, these motherfuckers got to start recruiting. They're running out of guys.
Oh, right.
There's no more guys. So it's terrible. But I thought there was some really fun stuff in the match. Like, for example, Hiromu, like, he is starting to take the elbows because, like, he gets some shit in. It's like a normal match, and he's kind of hanging with Naito. And then Naito's like, oh, okay, well, I heard your neck hurts sometimes, so I'm going to help you with that. And he decides to break his neck. And so
I'm going to help you with that.
He starts, like, the second time he starts getting those big elbows in, Hiromu just starts leaning into him and walking towards him. And it's like, hit me. I don't care. I don't care about my neck and all this shit. And it was great. He's like showing him he's tough. I thought there was a near fall where Naito would look like he was going to win in a way, and the crowd didn't like it at all, but the finish was interesting. So he's like, he gets the Destino. To his surprise, Hiromu kicks out, and he's like, that's cool. Picks him up, dumps him off like he's going to hit the Stardust press, right? But the crowd's like, whoa. And Hiromu grabs his leg like he's Dixie Carter when Hulk Hogan left TNA. Just grab, no, don't leave. And so Naito decides to pick him up and hit him with a Destino instead. I don't know what that meant, but it meant something, I like that a lot. I felt like it was missing something. Like like that match was missing something. And after the match, Hiromu showed humility and he bows before returning the salute to Naito. At the beginning of the match, he wouldn't do the salute. And they actually hug before they go to the back, which is the most affection we've ever seen between them of any kind. And it felt like a cool moment after the match. That it was like one of those spectacle matches that wasn't so much about what happened between the ropes, I think.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that it happened and they pulled it off, and it was a good match, and that's all you can ask for. So I enjoyed it.
My theory is, all right, Yoda, Finley, this has happened to Doki. We need you guys to go in there, do normal match, but we can't have too many slows, blah blah blah. And do you think because it's Naito, Hiromu, and because it's Zack Sabre Jr. Shooter in the main event, they're like, we can easily give these two final matches more time because, people might expect that with the final two matches of the night. Whereas, oh shit, the crowd's a bit down. Hey boys, go out and just absolutely just fucking everything in the kitchen sink. Maybe that's a part of it. Maybe Naito and Hiromu and Zack Sabre Jr. and Shooter found themselves with an extra 6 to 8 minutes each, and they were like, But I don't know. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just heartbroken still a little bit. And so, whilst everything else after that moment was still good, I'm kind of in that space, and I can't help it. But I'm still enjoying what I'm watching. So I'd say that's like a good thing because I can usually hold this grumpiness for a lot longer. You know this.
Yeah, I was worried. But we still have a lot more show to go. So, well, Luke, it is the main event here, the actual one, and it's the IWGP Championship match. It's Zack Sabre Jr. versus the challenger Shota Umino, and I thought this entrance was maybe cooler than Doki's. I'm sorry, but I thought this was so cool. Shota Umino rides into the building like fucking Kamen Rider on that motorcycle through the arena up onto the stage and then gets off. And that was so awesome.
It was pretty cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was like, it was one of those like road tour motorcycles that aren't like, motorcycle guys don't drive those in America, but in Japan they're probably cool as fuck.
I'm not mad that the guy in the main event had a better entrance than Doki.
Yeah,
like,
good call. Good call. And then we get a cool Zack Sabre Jr. entrance. We hear Young Punks, but then it's like boop, 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 and it slows down. And then we finally get it. Zack Sabre Jr.'s been talking about it for years. It's the remix style, though. Finally, he gets a new dance music theme song, and it's a remix of the Young Punk song. And honestly, it's unrecognizable, but that's okay. I don't care. And he comes out and he's all fired up, and TMDK's with him. They're out with the champ, including Hartley Jackson as their ringside. I mean, how cool is that for him, man? He's getting a Wrestle Kingdom payday, and he's ringside for the main event and gets to sit. Well, we'll get there. He gets to do something cool at the very end.
I'm so happy seeing both Hartley and Robbie Eagles there at the end of the night. Like, oh my fucking god, yes please.
That's gotta be cool for them, man. I'm happy for all of them. So that was cool. So we get a big chant off from the crowd, and they like Zack Sabre Jr. a lot more. And Shota's dad has to admit it, So and there are some fans in the crowd who sound like they're kind of like, you might call them heel marks or something like that. The guys that want to cheer for the guy that no one wants to cheer for because they think it's funny. And it's like there's drunk guys just ironically cheering for Shota, just going, Shota! Like that. It's really funny. That we can't hear him for most of the match, but a few times you can. So these two wrestlers do some technical holds and start the match, but they stay on their feet mostly. Shota seems to grow tired of this and just hits a drop kick. And he's like, I want to fight. I don't want to do this bullshit. So Shota presses his early advantage, and Zack Sabre Jr. takes exception to this. Shota tries. Oh, no. Zack Sabre Jr. then tries to remove Shota's arm, but hand first. Like, he's going to go piece by piece. That's great. So he works over Shota's arm. He hits a dope drop kick. And we start, Shooter hits a drop kick, and then we start seeing him favor his ankle, right? And, they really start hammering this ankle thing on commentary as if someone told them about it. So the crowd starts booing after they do they go to the outside. Shota hits some guardrail spots on Zack Sabre Jr. Boo! Crowd finally starts booing him. He hits a draping DDT on the floor that looked nasty, and it was very Okada-like, and the crowd does not like that at all. So that was great. Zack Sabre Jr., he's up. He's going to get in the ring. What's waiting for him? Fucking coast to coast is waiting for him. And then a little side slam thingy from Shota. He wants kicks from Zack Sabre Jr. Come on, give them to me. And we get some tremendous pro wrestling here. Shota takes a bunch of uppercuts, and Zack Sabre Jr. starts doing his like limb collecting thing where he's like, that's cool. I'm just going to grab this arm and grab that one. And this is a big part of the match where like basically Red Shoes is begging Shota to like give up so he doesn't have to DQ him. He's going, give up. He's not going, give up. That's somebody else, So, yeah. And he's asking him, but Shota's non-responsive, and he hides his face from his dad, stuff like that. So that was great. We get a Blaze Blade, but it's dodged. Zack Sabre Jr. hits a monster lariat on Shota, and they start hitting each other with uppercuts a lot. Now, we're just getting into this match. Like, this match is long. It's really long. So, settle in. We get, this is really cool. This uppercut part is where Shota's, like, personality really came out in their G1 match, too. And we see, like, Shota's bleeding from the mouth again and stuff like that. In this one, it's like, is he going to act like a psychopath? He does a little bit, but we'll see. So there is a fantastic tornado DDT from Shooter Uno, Zack Driver, and Zack tries a Gotch-style pile driver. Oh, fuck! Went nuts. Yeah, that was cool, man.
So where Shooter goes to do something, that's a bit of kind of like, fucking boo! You haven't earned that, motherfucker. Zack Sabre Jr. goes to do a Gotch, and the crowd's like, oh, yeah.
We love that guy.
That one.
So, Death Rider. But let's see here. Oh, yeah, he had that package suplex. Then Shota hits a Death Rider, and he tries another, but Zack does the neck ringer thing to Shota's hurt ankle. And the commentator goes, the ankle! The ankle! Like that.
Yeah.
It's like, relax, guys. That's funny.
They're ready.
So, great stuff at the end, though. It's very dramatic between the father and son. Shota will not tap out. and they milk everything out of the spot to the point where it's kind of like, all right, guys, there's no more blood coming from the stone.
Yeah.
So it's just
why aren't you tapping him? Why aren't you stopping this match now, Red Shoes?
Man. But Shota smiles like a psycho, trying to climb to the ropes, and he finally gets to the ropes. Zach goes hard on Shota's ankle there, and so Shota gets up. He's got no base, and he tries strikes, and the crowd laughs at his strikes. You don't see that very often. That was nuts. So, but he comes back, and he let's see here. He comes back, but then he falls trying a top rope move, and that's some good story stuff too because of the ankle. And Shota starts stomping Zack Sabre Jr. Right, and Zach's like, "Okay, quit stomping me." Here comes Red Shoes starting to count at him, and he won't stop. And he pushes his dad down. Shota pushes him down to the ground, just keeps stomping, but they're shitty stomps that don't do anything. It's just childish shit. And then even Red Shoes gets back up and like starts getting in his face again. He just keeps, kicking him. It's great. So, and this really gets the crowd booing. So then we get a big time slap battle. I mean, big time. They are slapping the fuck out of each other. And it is like, oh my God. Blaze Blade from Shota Umino for 2, but Gotch style pile driver, modified Zack Sabre Jr. retains the title. The match was epic. 43 minutes, they say. I thought it was very, very good. And I think on a different show, it's weird that that's the main event. And it's hard for me to like kind of process that was the main event. Those two guys. You know what I mean? Like if that match had Okada in it, or even Sonata, I think my brain would kind of like digest that a little better. You know what I mean?
I think we're a bit more in line with the crowd. You and I aren't against Shota Umino, but even you and I were like, "Oh, that's the Wrestle Kingdom match, really?" And I don't think, like you, I don't think it would have batted an eye. It couldn't have been Naito. They've had a few matches already, but like, I don't know. He's got a whole rogues gallery, Zack Sabre Jr. Fucking pick one. One of them should have won the fucking Rambo.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
Y'all know.
Like shit like that, right? Like, yeah, and I know Shooter is one of those guys in that rogues gallery for Zack Sabre.
He is now. He is.
But like from that G1 match that they had, like, all right, that's a pairing I'm going to be excited for, and I was excited for this too. But I was just like, yeah, maybe not here. The match was fucking awesome though. It was like, I like the finish. It was great when he finally got the gotch. Crowd was into that too. To pull that off the first time, to do that Wrestle Kingdom, that was even sweeter. He's going to add that sometimes now to his moves. Mm-hmm. And I like how he just doesn't do the Michinoku driver. Like he changes it up a bit. It's Zack Sabre Jr. He's going to, he's probably got 10 different ways to modify that shit. Just call them all Zack Driver. It's easier. Like, bang like that, Zack Driver. But he did it. Yeah, he's got more variations on shit than Chris Jericho's got fucking scroll paper, I think.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he's got more flavors than Baskin Robbins.
That's right. So yeah, this was really a really good match though. I think the fans even know that, like, we don't like Shooter in this spot just yet. No, we're not ready for it.
And the right person won.
Yeah.
So that's good. No one came out to challenge. No confetti for Zack Sabre Jr. I was like, what the fuck? Where's the orange confetti? He's sitting there on the apron with Hartley Jackson, and I'm happy about that. And there's Robbie Eagles, but he gets up to the ramp and fucking fireworks go off, and it's like, okay, fuck the confetti. And plus, they got a show there tomorrow. They'll clean up the confetti.
Dude, they must. Come on. He won at Wrestle Kingdom. That's rare for Gaijins to do. And he's got Iwa and Fujita, like just two studs that the Japanese crowd already loves in his team. And they're just going to fucking learn under that guy. And under Robbie Eagles too. Shit. I mean, if I was Iwa, I'd be going to Hartley Jackson and going like, hey, teach me some of that big man shit right now, please. Like...
I think Iwa got over big time in that match. He lost. I thought he looked great in that match. That was.
I don't care if it was a Dr. Bomb where he only got him up to his thighs and down. I don't care. The fact that you could pull that off against Jeff Cobb, you're a beast. I never considered him a beast before until I saw that. I was like, all right.
Right.
Because I see him and I'm like, pretty boy, bad hair. Now I'm like, oh, this guy, all right, this guy can just like throw you around like a sack of shit.
That's the deal. Okay. His gimmick is that he's the grip. Like he can stretch you, but not in the way you're thinking. You know what I mean? He stretches you because he's strong and he will overpower you. And like I like that. That's cool. And like it worked into the match. I think he was a big winner in Wrestle Kingdom. Obviously, Zack Sabre Jr. is a big winner. Shota Umino, it's like this will just be another step in his tail as to where is he going. You know, what's he doing? And like I like it. I'm interested, you know.
Heaps of time with him. Like, how old is he? Yeah, it's heaps of time.
Ishii looked awesome at Wrestle Kingdom and he didn't wrestle really, so that's great. You know, trying to think. Evil looked fantastic, even though he lost. You know, Tanahashi, what a dirtbag.
I love that finish.
That's so great.
It's such a Tanner finish, but it's one of my favorite ones. It's like, because it got me. I think it got everyone in the crowd too, because everything is evil thing, you know, and then just the fucking dirtbag roll up, and it was just bliss. What that bliss, man? That was so fun. So I don't know. On a whole, I would say this was a really good show with a dark cloud on it, being that my most anticipated match and my favorite storyline leading into this was the Doki stuff and that, but the fact that even me, Grumpy 2 EB motherfucker, was able to be like, all right, it's Wrestle Kingdom, dude. Like, just chill. It did help having Charity next to me and all that kind of stuff too. You know, and just seeing her watch the Yota Tsuji match. So, you know, I was able to kind of get back into it, but yeah, I just know you and I are going to call this the one that Doki got injured at.
Yeah,
forever.
It's just the way it is. You know, I mean, Hiromu faced Naito, and that was a big deal on this show. You know, Zack Sabre Jr.'s first time main eventing the Dome. Hopefully, not his last. You know, we hope that he's going to do that many times. And I think it's clear now that like he's, you know, we don't have to worry about his contract status. You know what I'm saying? Like that's important. You know, because they're already starting some bullshit about Gabe Kidd, and like it's just like enough. I don't care about anybody's contract status, but it's nice not to have to worry. He's not going anywhere, so he will be around to have that spot, and I think that's such an important spot in New Japan, and he's perfect guy for it. So,
yeah, I mean he said it, like, this is the destination. This is where I want to be, and I'm here. I think even New Japan, he's realizing that they can be a bit hesitant with the foreigners. I think sometimes.
I mean, we're not very trustworthy, so that's fair. So,
hey, most of us turn out to be Bullet Club douchebags, right? So
that's right. That's funny. Yeah, the reason why they're so careful with Gaijins is because they always end up in Bullet Club. That's pretty funny.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I feel like there's a bit of that with El Fantasmo too, because they don't turn many of them face, like, and put them with the face nerd group that often, do they?
Yeah.
Gaijins. So I don't know. Oh, I'm pretty happy.
We gotta get him and Master Wato together. You know, ELP and Master Wato need
that's got to be a combo, right?
Just keep Jotto out of it. You know what I mean? Let's keep him away, and they won't.
No.
They're you know.
But yeah.
It is what it is. But yeah, Wrestle Kingdom, Luke. We got 2 more shows in 2 more days. We have Wrestle Dynasty coming up in just a few hours. And we also have New Year Dash, which I'm excited for because I think that just like last year, we'll get some people on New Year Dash that you're not expecting, like Kenny Omega. Last year, fucking Okada tagged with Daniel Bryan. So
yeah.
New Year Dash is going to be wild this year, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, me too. We're not going to really break down the matches of today's show because it's going to happen in a few hours.
Yeah,
and,
what's the point?
Yeah, what's the point? And it'll be a pretty quick turnaround for that episode as well. So yeah, we're striking while the iron's hot. Look at us being smart for a change, and that was your idea, of course. So, unless there's like anything you want to add? In well, he's the champ now still. So in Zack Sabre Jr. we trust.